I'm going to keep this really simple. The good people at Social Media Club, Zeke, Rachel, and the gang asked me to share a presentation with you guys. I thought, look, I'm used to standing in the restaurant and saying Teh Tarik Satu and Roti Canai Dua, so I'm not going to give you all a presentation. I don't think I can impart knowledge to you guys. But what I can do is probably share my journey in social media with Spicy Corner, and you guys derive whatever value you want from it. So how did it start off? We're a relatively very young business. We are 3 years old. And I got into it actually about 2 years ago. And the reason I got into it is because my mom was wondering, let's look at expansion. Let's open up another restaurant. We only have one outlet in PJ. And I was thinking, okay, opening up another outlet, double the overheads, and we got to be paying double the staff, and it's going to be really expensive. I thought, why can't we just expand our coverage and not open up another outlet? So I said, why don't we do delivery? So it was a very ambitious, very humble dream. But as she said, in May earlier this year, we actually launched delivery. So we are the first in Malaysia, so I'm very proud of that. And the reason I actually got onto social media is because when you do delivery, it doesn't require the customer to exactly leave the house and come to your restaurant. They could be at the computer. So I thought, I need to reach these people where they are. I don't need them to come to my place. So I got into social media. So how do I start? Basically, I'm a social media junkie. I started off in Friendster, back when Friendster was cool. And then when Facebook came up, I signed on for Facebook, thinking Facebook will become cool, but none of my friends signed up for Facebook. So I had to wait for Facebook to become cool before I jump onto that. And so I started a Facebook group when Facebook became cool. And a group is great because it was better than just me talking about my restaurant. I could set up a page for the restaurant. But the really bad thing about a Facebook group is whenever you send out information to people, what happens is it goes out into their inbox. And when it goes to your inbox, people don't like it. It's kind of spam. I don't like it personally. And, actually, I just heard the other day that there's this new syndrome called EIS. It's called a empty inbox syndrome. That means people who are so addicted to all their inboxes, Facebook, Twitter, emails, that they keep checking it every 5 seconds. So can you imagine if you're looking for that email from your girlfriend, or that SMS, or that Facebook message from your boyfriend, you open up and it's spicy guy telling you, come have some mutton masala. And, so I thought, okay, that's a bad idea. So I thought I'll explore something else. And Twitter came along. So that was fantastic. I said, okay, what is Twitter? I saw it presented by Evan Williams on TED.com. If you all don't know what TED.com is, please check it out. It's a really good website. And so I thought I'll explore Twitter. And just about the same time, actually, Facebook came up with fan pages. And fan pages were brilliant, very multimedia rich. People could share content, they could interact on the page. So we migrated from a Facebook group to a Facebook fan page. And most importantly, I like the fan page because it doesn't spam your inbox. It runs on a stream on your timeline, as your Facebook timeline, and doesn't get into your inbox. I like that. So that's what we did. So how or what do we do on social media? Restaurant, Indian restaurant, traditional Indian restaurant. Basically, I started off by sharing photos of food. I just put up photos of food online. Mostly my lunch is what I have for lunch. And I would get crazy questions from people. They'd be saying, what is that? I thought everybody would recognize, chicken varuval when they see it. But then they were like, what is that? It looks good. And I'm like, it's chicken varuval. Where can you get it? I'm like, oh, nice question. Yeah, you can get it at Spicy Corner. You can get it at Spicy Corner. You can buy it at Spicy Corner. We can even deliver it to you if you like it. And I was like, excellent. I suddenly saw, hey, we can actually sell online, not just tell people about it. We can actually make them buy online as well. So it was very interesting. And I have to say, Twitter, more than anything else, was a mind-boggling experience for me because I did not know anyone when I got onto Twitter. When I got onto Twitter, I had no friends who were on Twitter. So everybody I met on Twitter was totally new. And the surprising thing about Twitter is I have so many, what do you call that, twins or Twitter friends now. And I see them more than I see my regular friends, which is, it's kind of crazy and it's kind of cool at the same time. And Twitter is great because when you have conversations on Twitter, everybody jumps in. Everybody can know what you're talking about. Everybody sees it. So when, just say, for example, if I say, what are you guys having for lunch? And then somebody says, I feel like having some Indian food. And somebody else jumps in and say, hey, I feel like having Indian food too. So it was great. And so whenever we do any blast, I'll put up photos or anything like that. People give a lot of feedback. So, but having said that, social media, there's a downside to this. If you're a business and you go into social media, be prepared to be gunned down. I mean, these are the excellent parts of it. I mean, when we say, great, everybody else knows about it. If they don't like you, they will make it known that they don't like you. And but somehow I've been very fortunate because the way I do, I don't call it marketing actually. I don't do any marketing for them. I make friends. I talk to people, get interested in what they want, and they naturally get interested in what I do. And somehow, even when there is, when we do make a mistake, and we do, I think every business does, people are not so quick to point it out publicly. I mean, I have a lot of instances where we have missed orders or we have messed up, where we have somehow sent them the wrong order, and they don't tweet and tell everybody else about it. They send me a private message saying, hey, dude, you messed it up. And I was like, oh, I really appreciate the fact that you did not tweet it out publicly, but I don't tell people to do that. But I guess that's the relationship you have with on Twitter with people, I guess, you know. And so if you do it right, I don't know whether I am, but if you do it right, it should work out. So what do we learn from Twitter or from Facebook? That, you know, probably the most important lesson I can tell you all is social media is great, but, and this is a very big but, if you all are in business and you plan to use social media, the one most important thing that I can tell you all is your back end best be pretty good. Because if you're selling a product that is not good, then you're never going to make it. Your product better be good. I was very confident in my food because I knew my mom was a great cook. I knew my sister is fantastic with PR. I don't need to tell my sister what to do. People who come to the restaurant love my sister and they forget who I am immediately, even though they're my friends. So I'm very confident in what I'm selling because I know the people behind it, my family, is very good at it. They take a lot of care on it. So if you're selling a product, whatever it is, make sure your product is good, your product is strong, and social media will really help you. But if your product is weak, I think social media can do damage. Not necessarily it will, but it can. So what else can I tell you? The lessons learned and what's next for us on social media, I don't know. I've been asked this question a lot of times, can you take orders on Twitter? Can you actually take orders on Twitter? Oh, I mean, I really want to, but the technicality behind it, anybody can just come up to me and tell me, tweet, okay, deliver this banana leaf meal to this address, and there's no way of validating it, and there is some problems with that, but I do see it happening, maybe a pre-registration system where people like you all with our member cards, and if you all can register up with us, maybe you all can tweet in your orders. So that's one. And number two, I guess from what I'm saying, you guys might be thinking new media like social media, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, compared to old media, print media, ads, and so on, is it's old. I mean, ads not relevant anymore. But and I heard this very funny statistic the other day. It says that how many people actually trust ads that they read? They say 14%, 14% of people believe or trust the ad that they see in the paper or whatever. And how many people actually prefer peer suggestions, either on Facebook or Twitter, or just a friend telling them? 78% of them trust peer suggestions. So, but these statistics kind of skew the situation where they come to think that social media is the only way to market. I disagree, because traditional media or ads or print media also play a role. They create awareness. It's no point of you selling a product if nobody knows about it, So you have to create. I see it as a balance. You need both. You need traditional media as well as new media, Twitter and Facebook and so on. So third thing, what's next for us? I would have to say that any new project that we embark on from now on, and there are a few in the works, it will be heavily strategized around social media. Because I see social media is fantastic. I mean, look at this room. Look at the diverse amount of people here, and people who you would never meet any other way except social media club is bringing us all together. So it's fantastic. Thanks for having me, I guess, and I hope to share more with you guys. Thank you.